Hello, and welcome to the show about jams, and I'm not talking about the stuff that goes on toast. No, this is the talk show Max's Music Blitz, where we go further in depth on the state of everything music. I'm your host, Max. This week, we're going to be bringing in a guest to talk a little bit about local music, streaming services like Spotify, SoundCloud, and Apple Music, and overall opinions about where music is going in the future. But first, let's cut to a clip on some of our upcoming local music. 91.7 WSUW, The Edge, is a student-run radio station at UW Whitewater. Every spring, WSUW combines forces with a local music venue for the annual Edgefest. Edgefest is an event that the station puts on to raise funds for students to go to conferences and learn more about radio through a hands-on experience. The process behind Edgefest takes a lot of time, and station manager Amanda Gilbert has more information about the event.
So Edgefest is our week-long music festival that we put on where we bring in bands and local artists to come play every night of the week. Sometimes it's more than one artist performing, which is awesome too. We're doing it on campus this year in Jitters.
Now in its 10th year, Edgefest is a 5-night event featuring live music from various talented bands around the area. Marketing director Taylor Miller finds many sponsors for the event so they can pay bands to come to the location and give the students and community 5 nights of live music that they won't forget.
This year we kind of raised more money than we did last year because last year it was not okay because the past marketing director quit on us, so I kind of took over. But this year we have the University Center. They sponsored us along with an app that's in Whitewater called Strive On. And we're working with Jack Link's, possibly Pepsi, and also we're working with Cerrugi's Candy. So we have candy bars that we'll be selling throughout Edgefest and everything.
Edgefest will be held Tuesday, April 24th through Saturday, April 28th at Jitters, located on the first floor of Wells East. Well, now that we know a little bit about Edgefest, let's welcome our guest. He's a student here at Whitewater and has been a part of the radio station for years. Please welcome Kyle Thurow. Hey, Kyle, how's it going?
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Now, Kyle, what are your thoughts regarding Edgefest?
Well, it went really well. It was a great event. We had a bunch of performers, and it was just a great time where a lot of people in the radio got to meet local musicians, make connections, and I really think it set a good foundation for next year's. We learned a lot from what happened and made a lot of new connections.
And what do you think about the live music scene in Whitewater as a whole?
It's there. It's kind of small. I know I had a music organization a few years ago called the Whitewater Music Co-op where we tried to create a music scene here in Whitewater, and it was a lot of fun. We hosted open mic nights over at Jitters, and there's a lot of great creative people in Whitewater. It's just getting them all connected together and having a consistent venue for it to happen is difficult. But there's so much talent in Whitewater that I'm sure things will be positive in the future.
Right, and going on further about talent, a lot of music has been pivoting from being kind of a live thing to going more onto streaming services such as SoundCloud or Apple Music, Spotify, that sort of stuff. And people are promoting themselves a lot through that as opposed to just having those live shows all the time. What do you think about streaming services and how they're working for us?
Well, I know within the live context, when I see a new artist, the first thing I want them to do is I don't want a CD because where am I going to play it? Just give me a business card or something that has a link to your Spotify or SoundCloud or any of that, because streaming is the way of music consumption these days. It's just by far the easiest way to do it. It's so convenient, and it's really taken over. I think Walmart or Best Buy is eliminating their CD section. A lot of stores are just completely getting rid of CDs because people don't use them anymore. An interesting thing, though, is that mediums like tape and vinyl are actually growing a lot. I think people really even though streaming's so convenient, people really like to have that hands-on physical media, and having it being older and vintage really just makes it cooler, especially for people our age who kind of have very vague nostalgia of it. And it's almost become merch instead of the actual I just have this as merch. It's cool, it's a symbol. It's not the thing that I consume music primarily on.
Right, and then what do you think about, there are a lot of big artists out there that hate streaming services. They don't want streaming services at all, but my thoughts on it are, you should be thinking of it more as an advertisement you get paid for. What do you think about how these bigger artists aren't liking streaming services?
I get it. I empathize with them because the pay is not like it used to be, but the industry is just not like it used to be. And in a perfect world, the pay would be great from it, but I think it's really the way that the whole industry has gone. I think it makes sense, and I think the artists just need to adjust to the changing medium. And there's plenty of money to be made still. It's not like that's gone away, but I think you're right in that streaming is almost become more of an advertising than the actual product, and the live experience has really become the product. And people really have, I think, there was worry, I think, coming out of the 70s that people just didn't care about live music as much anymore, or even now. But I think I've seen that growing more. People really enjoy a live music experience where they can connect with these artists that they see on social media every day. It's just a lot of fun. I got to see Kendrick Lamar over the summer, and he brought out Chance the Rapper in the middle of his set, and it was just a magical moment for everyone in this arena of 80,000 people. It was very cool.
Well, that's awesome. Where do you think, as a whole, you said from the 70s that music has, according to what people are saying, it hasn't really been moving more to live shows. Where do you think music is going in the future? Do you think we have live shows that are still happening, or where do you think we should be looking for music to go in the future?
Yeah, music has just become so much more democratized because anyone can upload, which is amazing. The downside is it's kind of eliminated the barriers of having a strict underground and a mainstream, which was kind of cool because it created really unique music scenes, but that still exists now. And I think it's just become a great, it's never been, what am I trying to say? It's never been more exciting to be a fan of music right now. And I'm just very excited. There's so many ways that you can change up the form. And I think that we'll just see a continued innovation in music in the next few years.
All right, I agree. Well, that's all we have for our show for you today. I hope you enjoyed. Consider checking out Edgefest in the future. We do have it every year. And thank you for tuning in. Thanks to Kyle for being on the show. And we'll see you next time on Max's Music Blitz.